What's up, y'all? I've got some super sick buffs for my boy Vikavolt. This is not as simple as just giving it a speed boost. In your average, everyday run-of-the-mill ROM hack, that would totally suffice. That would be all it would need. But in a hack like this, I try to give every single Pokemon super in-depth buffs and changes. I rework everything about them. Their abilities are both designed to be switched between with infinite usability capsule, and they have all types of crazy moves. Speaking of moves, by the way, pretty much every single move in this hack, 600 plus to be exact, are buffed and changed. Please check those out in the description below. I have a very, very, very detailed Google Sheet in that description, and you can check out the move sheet. It says right there on the bottom, search all moves here. You can look at every single move buff and change in hack, because pretty much everything you know about how the moves work now is garbage, all right? It doesn't matter anymore. It's irrelevant. A lot of them work similarly, but they are reworked, and a lot of them are just flat out brand new or work entirely differently. So please do give those a look. But like I was saying, these buffs are a lot more than just a simple speed boost in this hack. Like I said, everything's super cool and we got a lot of fun options. So, like I said in the Gumshoes video, totem-sized Pokemon have unique stats from the base form. While they do have quote-unquote better stats, that does not mean that they are objectively better than the non-totem form because of their abilities. So while Totem Vikavolt is much stronger physically with the ability Hustle, which is buffed in this hack, and it has 100 base attack. So with 100 base attack and Hustle, it's probably equivalent to what, like probably at least 160-ish base attack. Let me check exactly really quickly. I should have done this before the video, but it's fine. 299.5, 458. Oh, that's way more. Yeah, it's like 180-ish. 175-ish, yeah, like 175-ish base attack is what Vikavolt has with Hustle, and tons of moves, specifically, or notably rather, U-turn, First Impression, won't miss, so those two moves will not miss with Hustle, as well as a couple other moves like Finishing Blow, which gives you +3 attack when you knock the opponent out, and Smart Strike won't miss, and it gives you +1 accuracy, so that's all really fun to use with Hustle. Very, very good. You can run a lot of mean mixed attacking sets, or just full-on physical sets, depending on your Ivies and nature. Either way, that's how I would determine which one to evolve into, or if you just want to use No Guard or Hustle, you can go ahead and do that. There is a guide for the No Guard boosted moves, or rather, all the inaccurate moves in the hack. Accuracy in general is reworked, so most moves are not inaccurate anymore at all. And a lot of the inaccurate moves are very late game, so No Guard does a bit of an opportunity cost where it's kind of almost useless for a little bit, because, not to mention, actually makes it worse because moves won't be able to miss on you either. You have to keep that in mind for No Guard. It is a double-edged sword, but yeah, a lot of the moves are like, for example, the vast majority of moves are 100% accurate, and then the vast majority of the moves that are inaccurate are 85, 90, or 95% accurate. There's like 5 moves in the entire game that are less than 85% accurate. Vikavolt does get one of those called Plasma Shot, which is the replacement for the way Zap Cannon worked. That is 130 base power, 70% accurate, and it always burns. So that's really strong for No Guard. And then you have Bug Bomber, which is a 90% accurate special bug-type version of Surging Strikes, which is really strong for Bug Bomber. Although honestly, 90% accurate is not terrible. Like, it's not unusable. You can always just swap a wide lens on in a hardcore Nuzlocke, because 10% chance to miss does mean that you're risking death pretty much every time you click it, depending on whatever's in front of you, of course. So it's nice to have the consistency with No Guard. I don't want to undersell it because it is a great ability. I just don't want to oversell it either and have people think that the base form is better. It really just depends on your particular IVs and nature. For example, if you got a modest one, I wouldn't even bother with the totem form. But if you got like neutral, you got good attack IVs, I would totally go with the totem one. If you want to use Hustle. Hustle, it also is buffed because Wide Lens gives a 15% accuracy boost, so flat out moves like, I don't know, Electro Ball and Lunge, not Electro Ball, excuse me, Electro Assault or Volt Tackle, very, very powerful physical electric moves, will have 92% accuracy with a Wide Lens equipped. And those will be coming off of effectively 175 base attacks, so it's really fucking strong. You can even run like max special attack, max speed with 0 attack investment with Hustle, and just click First Impression to kill something, and then you can like, click other moves and then switch out. But yeah, back to No Guard. I'll go with the moves in order. So you do have Mud Bomb at 35, which is really fun. Mud Bomb is 110 base power and 90% accurate, and that drops speed. While Flash Cannon is the same exact thing, just it has a 50% chance to drop Spadef instead. So Mud Bomb and Flash Cannon are both 110 base power, 90% accurate coverage moves that Vikavolt can use with No Guard. Really good options. And those are your earliest No Guard options. So for most of Hula Hula, you'll be having that, and then you get Aeroblast, which is 5% inaccurate, and that it always crits, and that's a good, strong, almost 100 base power flying coverage move, which is a nice little option, but it's not like the best thing in the world, it's just a cool little option. And then the main stars of the show come in Pony Island or late Aether Foundation when you get Bug Bomber and Thunder, and then Focus Blast and Hurricane. Focus Blast and Hurricane are 120 and 130 base power, 85% accurate moves, and all this fun stuff. So, look, I would love to dwell on the moves a little bit more, but I think I should just try to keep it a little bit concise because I do want to talk about the other stuff that they can do and the reason I chose to make them. By the way, yeah, they are semi-pseudo, so if this is a new first impression of this hack, this video is your first video of mine that you're watching, definitely make sure you check out the description below and look at the other ones, and also, you know, watch some other videos if you want, leave a like, comment, all that fun stuff, because they are now a semi-pseudo legendary, which is another tier of Pokemon that have 575 base stat total. They can be 1, 2, or even 3-stage Pokemon. The 3-stage ones follow the same base stat total, like margin. Base stat total in this hack is pretty arbitrary anyways. All Pokemon are balanced to be great regardless if they're 480 or 575 or even 625 on Totem Vikavolt, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, the extra bulk is also nice on Totem Vikavolt. You can take hits pretty well on the physical side. You could slap an Assault Vest on for certain boss fights to take a special hit as well. You do have healing moves in the form of Leech Life and Parabolic Charge with Assault Vest, so those are pretty cool. Also Siphon. All three of those are really nice options, especially Parabolic Charge. Yeah, Grubbin and Charge Bug are also great. Grubbin will be totally fine for all of Million Island. It's got solid stats and good abilities, and Sap Sipper and Volt Absorb. Volt Absorb you can use for certain fights like the electric terrain giving Route Boss guy. Sap Sipper is nice because there's a lot of grass type moves flying on early game, especially Leech Life. I mean, they're throughout the game, and you also get a free attack boost in that case as well, so that's pretty fun. Volt Absorb is also nice for like House Pikachu or something, you know. So very good abilities for Grubbin, solid at least, and good moves. You know, you got Creeping Strike for priority, you got Molt for reliable recovery at level 8, which is really early. Most Pokemon only get reliable healing moves in the 20s, early 20s. But I figured, you know, let the little early game bugs get Molt early on, and then Recharge upon evolution is great. Really fun move. So Recharge will heal you by 1/3, so it does heal you less than Molt, but it will give you that charged up effect. So your next electric type attack will be an absolute nuke. So you can use that in conjunction with Thunder Shock, which always paralyzes, or Spark, which is priority, or Parabolic Charge to heal yourself. Those are all really fun options. Charge Bug in general has great utility moves, you know, Strange Impulse, Parting Shot, T-Spikes, healing moves, T-Wave, you know, all types of fun stuff. Acid Reflux, blah, 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 the list goes on. And it's also not a pushover. It's pretty strong, and it'll be totally viable until level 40. You could even, in theory, use Charge Bug past level 40, especially because Battle Armor is super useful in this hack because of all the 100% crit rate moves flying around. Being able to bypass those or block those rather, and take much less damage is great. For example, First Impression. That's a move that's 60 base power, but it always crits. And there's all types of Pokemon that have like Technician, Hustle, Ruthless that boost that even further. So, and you also can't even use Protect versus that. So having a free switch in the First Impression with Battle Armor is great, and all types of other crit moves. But the most common one before level 40 will be First Impression. All the other crit moves are mostly later. Although the 50% crit moves will be nice to block those as well. So you can always just swap that on with an infinite usability capsule. And then you have Volt Absorb, which is just situationally nice for certain boss fights and fits very well flavor-wise. Not the best ability, but it's good enough for that point in the game. Charge Bug's main asset is just being bulky and having really good moves, and you know, it's pretty strong too. Vikavolt's other ability that you can switch between is Levitate. Levitate in this hack is great because you do have that infinite usability capsule, so it's designed in that you only use it when it's useful, meaning there's a boss fight coming up, there's a ground type move you've got to switch your Vikavolt in on, boom, now you got Levitate equipped. You don't need No Guard every fight, you don't need Hustle every fight. If you're using a special set on Totem Vikavolt, don't run Hustle, run Levitate. If you don't have any No Guard moves, you run Levitate. If you do have No Guard moves, but you still want that ground immunity, you run Levitate. It's really simple. That's the beauty of having those infinite usability capsules, and infinite EV training items as well for Totem Vikavolt specifically is great. So you can swap between physical and special sets depending on the situation. I also think that physical, or rather mixed Vikavolt makes a lot of sense, like looking at his design, especially the totem sized one, because he's huge, you know, he's a lot bigger. I think him being really strong physically and specially is cool because he has those giant like railgun type things, which is also why I gave him Mega Horn and Drill Run and all these other cool physical moves via Tutor and TM. I think I'm gonna leave the video off there. Electro Ball is also pretty cool for both all Vikavolt. That is a move that gives you +1 speed now. Zing Zap does the same thing, but Electro Ball's downside is that the first hit will be relatively weak because of the way that damage calculation works for that move. You'll probably be getting like 60 base power, 80 base power max, depending on what you're using it on. But after that first Electro Ball, you become very fast and very strong. You can actually run, for example, on Totem Vikavolt, you could run max attack, max special attack with Electro Ball, get one Electro Ball going, now you're outspeeding everything after +1 speed. You know, you can do all types of fun things, all right? The sky's the limit in this hack. That's kind of by design. I want every Pokemon to have all all types of fun options to use. Speaking of, yes, there's great coverage moves that you can just tack on whenever you want. There's a lot of great other utility moves that you can use with stuff like U-turn and Volt Switch and Parting Shot to use those utility moves like the weather setting moves or terrain setting moves or all kinds of other stuff. It's got so many fun options. Vikavolt's super sick. I wanted to give them Tinted Lens, but Galvantula has Electric Surge and Tinted Lens, and I'm not about to, I'm sure you guys probably know by now, I don't like overlap in between Pokemon like that. So yeah, these abilities are totally good. If anything, Tinted Lens would be pretty fucking overpowered. That would just be because I love that ability. Yeah, thanks so much for listening, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Music is looping, so that's my sign to end it off. Appreciate it. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you check out those Google Sheets. Seriously, if you listen this far, I know you probably already have looked at them. Appreciate it, everybody. Bye.